Welcome to Midwest Ghost Hunters Dark Matter Podcast. Today, we're playing EVPs we caught while podcasting here at Pythian Castle. Welcome to Midwest Ghost Hunters Dark Matter Podcast. I'm John, Chris, Melissa, Dustin, all here today for the podcast.
We're at Pythian Castle, and last time on the podcast, we were talking about the investigation we did in Willard. What we're going to do today is, when we did those podcasts, we had our stuff set up, here in Pythian Castle, and those recorders were rolling while we did that podcast. So that's kind of what we're going to present to you today, is some of the stuff that we collected from those recorders while we were doing those podcasts, because every time we're here, we do like a mini investigation. We just set our stuff up, and then as we, go about the business of doing this podcast, we let those roll and catch what they catch. And they, most times we've done pretty well with that. And we also have
EVPs that we caught on the actual podcast itself.
Yes. So we've got so we'll break if you've listened to our podcast for a while, you kind of know our MO. But what we do is we use our recorders to capture podcasts, to capture EVPs, the ambient kind that are in the castle. But then we also have discovered that we catch EVPs on these microphones as we podcast, which is the damnedest thing I've ever heard.
It shouldn't do that. It should not do that.
We got the tone at the beginning of the ones that we captured on the mics during the podcast. And the cool thing about capturing those is we can determine whose mic it came from, or John can.
Yes.
When he goes and breaks it down, he can look and see, whose mic the whatever EVP is. You can see whose mic picked it up. These are the ones that we caught off of the actual mics.
Off the podcast itself.
Okay. So
if you go back and play back the podcast, you will hear them exactly like that.
Okay, so they're straight off the podcast. Let's go ahead and pull one up here and see what we got here. We have a lot of people in Illinois. What was the other state?
Illinois was...
Yep, I heard the person talking in the background there.
Just right there behind
Do that one more time. We have a lot of people in Illinois. What was the other state?
Illinois was...
You and I were talking. Am I wrong? There was just the three of us here, or was...
Yes, no, it was just the three of us.
Okay.
Dustin wasn't here. Ty wasn't here. There's no Bobby.
Okay. Well, then there was definitely, it sounded like a female voice in the background there. All right,
and the thing about it is, too, any of the female voice stuff I'm presenting here today, it was not on Melissa's mic. And for it to be Melissa, it would have to also show up on her mic.
True. Let's go ahead and go on to the next one here. Are you talking about Melissa's house? Oh.
Oh, there. Yeah. Again, it's almost like a who.
Yeah. Okay. No,
it almost sounds like it says who.
Let me go to that spot.
And Melissa's. And if you think about it, if you're somebody's just jumping in on a podcast, if you listen, the person's asking him who.
I didn't even listen to the context of what I was saying.
Because what you were talking about, you said, "Are you talking about Melissa's house?"
Oh, that's right. Okay, let's do it one more time. Are you talking about Melissa's house? Oh. Yeah. What was I talking about your house for?
You weren't. You misspoke. It was supposed to be Ashley's house.
Oh, Ashley. Oh, yeah, I do remember
Maybe
that.
that's why it was saying who.
Right.
Because he misspoke.
That could be.
And it was like who?
It could be.
There's another one here. Let me make sure it's not a duplicate of the one. It's not. Let's see what we've got here. But I can't go out on a limb and say today I would.
Well,
I don't.
Right. It was pretty. Scared. Yeah, it was pretty scary.
Oh, right there.
That's a good one.
Okay, that was like a whisper. Everybody heard it okay? Mm-hmm. Now let's go to that spot here real quick.
And that's on Melissa's mic.
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
Right there. Let me go back.
Right. It was pretty. Scared. Yeah, it was pretty scary.
So that was on her mic?
It's on Melissa's mic.
So we've got another one here. This is a breath.
No, I just the background noise.
It just makes
very much the wind.
Makes it harder.
Oh, there. That was more than a breath, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was like a big inhale.
Yeah. It's Darth Dustin is what it is. Seriously, that's Darth Dustin.
I thought it was the little breath at the very beginting, and then I heard this one come in. Let's go to that spot.
The background noise.
It just makes
very much the wind.
Makes it harder.
It's weird.
There.
It's almost like a I don't know. It's more than a breath, though. Yeah.
It's like someone on
something like that.
Yeah. Someone on a ventilator or something. And I'm not making fun of people. That's literally what they sound like. All right, let's go ahead and pull up this one here.
I was watching my rearview mirror the whole...
I heard.
I heard.
Well, I remember that because we looked at each other.
Yeah,
I was like,
the breath.
I heard that.
That's the breath that we heard.
Okay, let's do it one more time.
I was watching my rearview mirror the whole...
I heard. Okay, so just to remind everybody, these EVPs were captured on our microphones as we podcasted about a totally separate topic. So these are the ones that we caught in the castle, and we're probably catching some or will catch some today, too. I mean, we usually... Has there been a time we haven't? I can't remember.
Well, I hope
Yeah.
it actually increases because
Oh, there has been a time or two we haven't.
yeah, but Tamara's doing work on the castle. She's
true.
She's exposing
Yeah.
the original wood flooring.
That's
so
true.
See, if I was a ghost, though, I would think that I would like that because you're fixing up my house.
Bringing it back to its
Right.
original
Yeah.
form, yeah.
I mean, I would understand if you're knocking out a wall that wasn't that that was my wall you just tore down. But if the wall was kind of rotting and everything else, and you came over and fixed my wall, I as a ghost would think that's great. I'd say get down there and get it done.
I remember you saying that. I agreed. I didn't know whether. I mean, in general, they say remodeling kicks up paranormal activity.
it
But if you're
always
bringing
does.
it back to its original form, I don't know. I don't know if it does or not.
they caught that really good photo up in the
Yes, I was going
Theater over the weekend.
We're gonna have to talk about that. We're gonna have to talk about that photo.
I think would this have been in there? Okay, that looks like a duplicate. Let's go ahead and go on to this one right here. Some of these you've said sound brand new to me.
Oh yeah.
So, what was
What was that?
Oh, we heard it.
I don't know. I heard it.
I'm surprised we heard that one. That's the kind we usually don't hear.
It's crazy because we've got noise canceling headphones on.
However,
So how loud would that have to be?
I
for
will,
us
to be honest
It's
with
going to
you,
be incredibly loud too, because the other thing, and I know I've talked about this till I'm blue in the face, but all of these microphones that we've got are dynamic microphones that we're podcasting on. They are designed to reject noise.
Well, I guess if it's near one of our microphones, we would hear it in the headset itself, right? So
yes, and what I was going to say is, ever since me and John, we're on the radio years ago, I have always kept this ear out of the headphones for some
Yeah,
reason.
he always did.
Every now and then I'll remember and I'll bring it back, but 95% of the time this ear's not uncovered, and I can hear stuff out here too. I don't know why I do that. Let me go to that spot here one more time. You've said sound brand new to me.
Oh yeah.
So, what was that?
What was that?
That I don't know. I heard it.
That's bizarre.
And I'm positive the reason also I isolated that one is that was on Melissa's mic, because if you listen, it sounds like a male voice.
Say,
of
I
some
don't think that
kind.
was me.
No, it's not you. It's not you at all. But it was on Melissa's mic.
Let me. I want to hear it one more time. Some of these you've said sound brand new to me.
Oh yeah.
So it couldn't have been her.
No, it's not her. It's not her.
That I don't know. I heard it.
It couldn't have been her because it happened. It started when she was at the end of her sentence. That's a good one.
And she also points out that she heard it too. So.
I don't remember hearing anything quite that pronounced, but I guess we did. Here's one. I bet this is going to be something similar. Let's see what we got here. Be able to say, yes, we've heard that before, or that sounds brand new to me. And some of these you've said sound brand new to me.
Oh yeah.
So, what was that?
What was that?
That
Now,
I
that was
don't
on
know. I
Chris
heard
and
it.
I's mic. The reason why I put these in here is we caught it on both sets, so it has to be loud.
Let me hear it one more time because that was loud. Be able to say, yes, we've heard that before, or that sounds brand new to me. And some of these you've said sound brand new to me.
Oh yeah.
So,
wow,
what was that?
That I don't know. I heard it.
That was really loud. That
Yeah.
was really loud.
Yeah.
I don't think I heard anything in my headset that loud, or it scared the hell out of me. Here's another one here that apparently we all heard. Get this one going.
And she's just there alone, and she just doesn't.
It
doesn't phase her.
Well, it phases her, yes, but
What was that?
I don't know.
we're hearing all of these.
I heard something.
Or you guys heard like almost all of these. So
yeah,
far.
and I remember that day we were hearing stuff with our ears.
This is the time when I sent out the email to everybody. I said, this is the most active EVPs we've ever had. There were 29 on the podcast itself that are possible. Now, some of them we don't play back because it's not that great in audio, but it's still.
Or we, it may be one of those situations like, well, was Tamara passing by,
Could
when
be.
that happened, or, whatever. So, yeah, a lot of them we don't play, but I do want to hear that part one more time here.
Does it? It doesn't phase her.
Well, it phases her, yes, but
What was that?
I don't know.
I just heard a whisper or something.
I heard something.
Did you just hear someone talking a second ago?
I did, but it's on her answering machine out front here.
I was going to say, what? I was trying to hear this, and all of a sudden I heard Okay, so that was an answering machine. So that would be an example of one we would not play for you.
You're right.
Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and go to the next one here.
We go back and forth and finally there.
Okay, yep. Let's play that one more time.
We go back and forth. There.
Yeah, sounds like a female to me. Let's see. We got another one here. You want me to just keep going through these?
Just
tearing through?
I'm fine with it. I mean,
or
unless
do we
somebody
need
else.
commentary and like?
The last time that we were podcasting, it was really one of the most active times ever here, ever. And I don't know why.
Had she started anything out there as far? She hadn't started any remodeling.
She just started
at that
last
point.
week.
It was just unbelievably active. Now, Tamara had just gotten back, though, hadn't she? She'd been out of town.
She had been gone. Yep.
Tamara had been out of town, and she lives here. I don't know if they were just excited because company's here or what was going on.
I mean, they know when she's gone. They act out when
I mean,
she's
you've
gone.
stayed here, right? When she's
Yes, and it's like the cat's away, the mice will play.
gone. Yeah.
It's like they know they've got free. I know that sounds crazy, but it's just
we do a podcast on ghosts. I don't know that you're really going to tell me that anything's too
feels
crazy about
different.
that.
The
I always
building
tell people.
feels so different when she's gone. Like I closed down after a tour, and I wanted out as quickly as I could.
Yeah.
It's
If you're,
different.
I can't imagine being in here by myself at night.
I don't think I.
It's overwhelming.
I mean, we were in here as a group overnight, and even when we break off into pairs, sometimes it's like, yeah, it's weird down here, or wherever you may be in the tunnels. It's really weird.
I made my group stay with me as I turned the lights off in the basement.
That's probably
because I was not going back down there alone after everybody left.
That's probably the direction I would take too, for sure. Hey, Dustin Tyler is here. If you want to go lower the chain and let him in,
He can.
Can
he
he
can
not
do it.
lower the
he can
chain
do it
himself?
I
himself.
don't think he will. I don't think he.
Just tell him to do it. And just
Okay,
put
I'm gonna tell him.
Tell him to put it back up.
Yeah, tell him to put it back up.
If you can't figure out how the little hook works, I'll go out there and.
But don't walk down there like he tried to do when Bobby came for the overnight.
That was the weirdest damn
He
thing
gave
ever.
him your keys to go get him, and then he was walking down to get Bobby.
Yeah, I know.
He waited for you to hand him keys. He took the keys and took off on foot.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest
And
damn
it's
thing.
probably what, a quarter mile down
Probably
there?
so, yeah. Oh,
That was the best.
Well, anyway, the point of that being, Tyler is going to be joining us here in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and go on to the next one because I'm curious because this is where a male says, hey, on your mic. And I do remember listening. Let's go ahead and play it here.
We could actually do this podcast on the road here.
Oh, that's where we got the idea.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I almost spit coffee out of my mouth. That's the funniest.
I don't remember that. I don't remember hearing that one.
Now it almost talks over me, so it can't be me.
All right, hang on. Let me go. Let's do that.
We could actually do this podcast on the road here.
Oh, that's where we got the idea.
Yeah.
Dude, that is so clear.
What do you say?
It said, hey.
I know what it said, but
What did it say?
but how do you debunk that? Is what I'm trying to say here.
I haven't.
Almost had a legit spit
He
take.
says, what did it say? And you answer, he's like, I know what it says.
I said the wrong thing. I was going to say, how could you? I was trying to say, how do you debunk that? Because I've tried.
Oh, God, that's so weird. All right, hang on.
Oh, here.
Oh, that's where we got the idea.
Yeah.
That's the
Don't
funniest
know.
thing.
I've got, no, man.
That's your outro.
Eyes are watering.
You got to tack that on at the end when we finish.
Okay, let's go ahead and go on to the next one.
She's declared, because I told her, and when we were going over these things, I said, are you sure it's not me? She said, what do you mean it's the same thing? Like, no, I'm positive it's not me. Did you just hear that?
Yes, I did. I did.
And that was the moan that just came over.
It was not.
Yes, it was.
I didn't
Did
hear
you
it.
play that?
Yeah, it was. Hang on.
That was the sex ghost.
When Tyler comes in, we got to play that one again.
Okay.
Because honestly, that's like one of the clearest, top 5 clearest EVPs we've ever caught.
Yeah, we can play it again. I want to hear this part one more time.
It's not me. She said, what do you mean it's the same thing? Like, no, I'm positive it's not me. Did you just hear that?
Yes, I did. I did.
And that was the moan that just...
Okay, that
sex ghost.
That was that one.
I mean, it sounds like maybe mumbling of some kind, but
I could hear that too.
Tyler just came in. Throw on those headphones, or that headset. And we have something for you here.
This is coming off my mic and is unbelievably clear.
I think they were the only 3 here, and it's not one of them.
You want me to go ahead and play it?
We could actually do this podcast on the road here.
Oh, that's where we got the idea.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
You have to play it again.
Okay.
Just on the road here.
Oh, that's where we got the idea.
Yeah.
One more time.
It's like we're at a spelling bee.
Do this podcast on the road here.
Oh, that's where we got the idea.
Yeah. I've tried to debunk this, and I misspoke earlier whenever I was kind of thing with Dustin. But can you explain that?
Well, I can. No,
I have
mean,
none.
the only explanation would be that it was her or I.
Well,
It can't be me. It's talking over me.
if you just played that to somebody on the street and said, "What do you hear?" They'd say it's a goofy guy saying, "Hey."
Yeah.
Goofy
Right.
guy.
The problem is nobody's in here to have said that.
There was just 3 of us in here. I mean, hell, if I don't know why I would have said that like that, but I mean,
wasn't you.
I don't think so. So is there one where we heard laughing, or is that us laughing? Let's see what we got right here. Let me play this one for you real quick.
I don't remember hearing about that, but
Oh yeah, we did. Did you hear something just now? What did it sound like?
Oh yeah.
Something.
I didn't hear anything that time.
I don't know what it was, but just something.
Okay. That sounded like me.
But it was just the 3 of us.
Right.
And you were talking.
All right, hang on. Let me play that one more time.
I don't remember hearing about that, but
Oh yeah, we did. Did you hear something just now? What did it sound like?
That
sounds like me.
It's something.
I didn't hear anything that time.
I don't know what it was,
Well,
but just something.
Okay. I was talking at the time. That's weird. If that would have just been standalone, I said, "Oh, that's me."
Well, and see, that's the other thing, too. When you go back through and listen to the audio and listen to them on the separate tracks, as I always do in this, you will a lot of times hear things that is an exact, that sounds almost like that it's the person talking, but it's
mimicking?
not. Well, like a mimic, like an impersonation of.
Doppelganger.
Yes.
All right, let's
you
play
do hear
it.
that.
Let's play it again here. I want to hear that because I would swear that's me, but I think it goes over me.
I don't remember hearing about that, but
Oh yeah, we did. Did you hear something just now? What did
It can't be you.
It can't be me.
Something.
I didn't hear anything that time.
I don't know
It's
what
not
it was,
Melissa.
but just something. And now we're out of people.
I don't know. That sounds like me to me.
It does, but I'm telling you, when you go
but it's
back
not. It can't be me.
when you listen to the podcast on these things, that sort of thing happens all the time here, where it will be a deal that it's like I will, at first, when we first started podcasting here, I would just get rid of them. I'd say, oh, well, that has to be me. But then at one point in time, I think it happened, and it was Dustin, and it was over Dustin. And there's no way that he can do that.
We've heard things where it's like, that could be me, but that sounds just like me to me.
No, it does. It sounds identical to you, but how did you do it over yourself?
I couldn't have. There wasn't anything funny happening at that moment. I mean, I remember that. Let me do it one more time here because that one is perplexing to me.
I don't remember hearing about that, but
Oh yeah, we did. Did you hear something just now? What did it sound like?
Something.
I don't know. I don't know. Sure sounds like me to me, but it's not me.
Right.
'Cause I was
It's almost
talking.
like it's almost like a residual recording of
I
you.
remember that part of the podcast too. We weren't talking about anything particularly funny. Okay, let's go
And
ahead.
I also went back in and listened to on. There's a separate track where the EVPs that Chris is playing off the computer run, because I thought, well, maybe he accidentally hit play on
Right.
it and is playing an old one. That track had nothing on it, so it had to come in on your microphone.
I've done that before, and I always say, well, shit, whatever. I can't
Right,
get this to stop.
right,
but you would know that if I
well,
did that.
it would show up on that track, and it did not.
That's interesting. Let's go ahead and see what we got here on the next one. It's an unknown sound. It's on Melissa's mic this time.
Dustin heard it that night of the investigation. I don't remember hearing about that, but
we did. Did you hear something just now?
That's the same thing.
Same thing.
I didn't hear anything that time.
I don't know what it was, but
Wait.
just-
Is that the same clip?
That's
No.
no, not
That's
same
a
clip.
different clip.
a
He
different
wasn't
clip.
saying the same thing there. And she was talking about me at an investigation.
Right.
Like it's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
But it's the same sound.
It's exact
Almost copy and
same
paste.
sound. Hang on, let me play it again.
Dustin heard it that night of the investigation. I don't remember hearing about that, but
we did. Did you hear something just now? What did it sound like? That's the exact.
It's like somebody's laughing.
It sounds like you laughing.
It is me laughing. I mean, that sounds like me. Here, let me play the other one too. Back
But once
to
again,
back.
the reason why I'm putting it in here is because Chris's mic is not laughing.
Well, no, I'm talking
At the time,
over it.
right.
Hang on, let's play the other one, and then we'll do it back to back here.
I don't remember hearing about that, but
we did. Did you hear something just now? What did it sound
I
like?
know. Play the next one.
Okay, let's jump right into the next one here.
Dustin heard it that night of the investigation. I don't remember hearing about that, but
we did.
It is. It's the exact same sound.
That's the same sound.
It's the exact same sound. Like if you.
These came off of that.
These are off of the podcast itself. If you ever hear that we've got some of these in here, you're like, oh, well, that sounds a little different. What I'm doing is I'm pulling it off of another mic. So like one was channel 1, the other was
Right,
channel 2,
that happens
and so
sometimes,
forth.
but this was two different
Right.
spots.
There's two different conversations going on there.
Yep, but it's the same sound.
It is the exact same sound. Let's keep going here to see what else pops up. This is on Melissa's mic, too. We were just confirming what she was hearing. And we did. We confirmed it. And even things she had never mentioned before. We were presenting to her. She said, oh, yes, I've heard that, too. I forgot to mention that. I remember when Dustin was sitting. I don't know what he was getting ready to talk. Oh yeah, I do remember.
I was telling the story about Dustin sitting on the couch that night over at Ashley's house.
We saw something move,
and you
behind
said, "Well, why don't somebody check?"
He's like, "Well, is anybody going to come take a look?" So what we were focusing on there, though, was here, I can do it again if you want. We were just confirming what she was hearing. And we did. We confirmed it. And even things she had never mentioned before. Yeah, there's two sounds in the background there.
And I don't know what it is.
Is it music? Almost sounds like music.
That's what I was going to say.
Kind of musical. I don't know what the music would have been.
Like a toy.
Yeah. Do you want me to play it again?
Yeah, because we didn't have any toys here.
Did you bring any?
No, I didn't have
You
any
left all
toys.
yours
Yeah,
at home?
actually, he did bring
Well,
one.
all my toys are here, but we're using them to podcast
Oh,
with.
yeah, he did bring a toy.
It's for Tyler's birthday.
Oh, that's right.
I did, yes,
Oh.
I did. I've got something for Ty.
I don't think it's musical, but yeah, he did bring a toy.
It's not.
I'll give it
Okay,
to him
birthday
after the
present.
podcast.
Okay, let's do that one more time, and now I'm going to listen for the music this time. We were just confirming what she was hearing. And we did. We confirmed it. And even things she had never mentioned before. Yeah, that's music.
That's music
For sure. It sounds like one of those kids, like push toys or something like that. Kind of
don't
like
know.
the ice cream truck type music that we heard
Now, we
before.
had been talking about the toys earlier in the podcast. We were talking about that because Melissa went into detail about, this is how you clean them and blah, 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 blah. And
No,
Well-
I didn't go into that.
We did play, and we played the audio of that sound too, but we didn't talk over it and let it play behind us. At any
But
point.
my point is that it was a kid's toy, and we played the audio earlier, and it's another situation of that audio cycling back again.
Yeah, I don't know. My ears would not have picked up on that being musical till someone else had mentioned it, and I can.
And
definitely
before
hear it.
anybody says, "Well, you guys are just not paying attention," something played.
There's
No,
nothing in here to play.
Well,
I mean,
and I'm going to see it. It comes in on a certain track.
well, if you don't see it, I sure as hell am going to, because
Right.
I got a giant screen in front of my face. I can tell when I'm playing something here because I usually have to struggle to get the damn thing pulled up. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next one here.
If that's the same sort of situation as somebody saying, ow!
Like outside. But I felt like that one was a lot louder. Like,
That sounded like it was in the room.
Yeah.
Okay, it's at the end there.
it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Ty didn't get to hear some of the beginnings, but we heard a lot of these at the beginning of this podcast that sounded kind of like that. One sounded like a grunt or groan or.
You can even play that one again if you want.
Well, if I knew exactly which one to go to, I would. Let me see if I can recognize it from earlier.
No, I just the background noise.
It just
is
makes
very
it,
much the
it
wind.
makes it hard.
Yeah, I said, I'll be damned. I got it. So that was it. That's the one I was talking about. It sounds like a cartoon gorilla in the background. Let's go ahead and go there
The
again.
background noise.
It just
is
makes
very
it,
much the
it
wind.
makes it hard to find.
Sounds like someone inhaling through their mouth.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's the one I thought you said sounded like someone was on a respirator.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me go there again. Try that.
No, I just the background noise.
It just
is
makes
very
it,
much
it
the wind.
makes it hard.
Really lazy cough or something.
I don't know. It sounds like somebody really needs some air to me.
I just don't know on that. Okay, let's go to this one right here. I don't hear a female at all. But maybe. Okay, maybe. How are we on time? Are we,
That was a female. I don't know what you were talking about.
that
there,
right
but-
there? I think so, because it says female on me on my mic. That had to be it. The only option would have been it would have to have been her, and you would have heard it on her mic too. Play it one more time. I don't hear a female at all. But maybe. Okay, maybe. How are we on time? Are we?
We're good. I'll tell you when.
No, that was.
That was for the
Maybe we need to start putting a tone at the end too.
I thought you were talking to me because it's about the same time in the podcast that he always does.
I knew he was doing that when I saw him peek over the time. I was like, he's responding to the recording.
He leaned up and checked it real quick.
I do want to hear the old man on John's mic here. How are we really on time? Are we doing okay?
Is this recorded, Chris, or live, Chris?
This is really me.
I'll tell you when. Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and see what this one sounds like real quick.
Just it. Yeah.
Oh, that was that.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's
Oh, wow.
What was that? Was that on the recording?
on.
I don't remember that the first time.
Was that on the recording or was that here?
Well, no, that was on the recording just now. Hang on, let me play it again.
It sounded.
just it. Yeah,
Got another sex ghost.
yeah.
What? It's the same dude.
wow, yeah,
it's the same like
one.
old man noise.
It's the old man from Ashley's, is what it
But
is.
that sounds like a cartoon old man.
It sure does.
Play him back. Listen,
All
this,
right, hang on.
this is just yeah,
Got another sex ghost.
yeah, yeah.
It even
It's
starts.
the
It
hell?
starts in the beginning.
Yeah, it's twice.
That's like the old pervert on Family Guy. One more time.
just
Herbert.
yeah,
Got another sex ghost.
yeah. It's
So strange. So strange.
This part right here.
yeah,
Got another sex ghost.
yeah.
That is
unbelievable.
That's so weird.
That sounds ridiculous.
This one says same unknown person.
Hang on a second, because that to me sounds like the exact same sound of voice as the hay.
It does.
Yeah,
and
sounds
that's
like
where
the same.
I think that's what I'm getting ready to prove here with the next one, where I said same guy again.
Okay, yeah, this is same unknown person. Let's see what this one sounds like.
Ashley's house may be the most haunted location, activity-wise, that we've ever been, as far as number. Yeah, I mean Ashley's house is. Yeah, I did. That was a person. It was.
Okay, is there more after that? Because I want to
No,
back it up
no,
because I was
no.
watching. Let me go to that spot here real quick.
Yeah, I mean Ashley's house is. Yeah, I did. That was a person. It was very clear.
Were you going to say something? Okay.
What do you think it says?
I don't know. I can't tell. Can anybody
It sounds
tell?
like yeah to me.
It sounds like yeah.
I couldn't tell on that one. I couldn't tell. I could definitely hear the person there. Here's another one with two EVPs. Okay, let's see what we got here. This is interesting.
I don't even know where to. I heard whispering throughout the back of that one. I wouldn't even know which spot to pinpoint to replay it. What was that? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Was that you at the end of it? One more time.
I don't even know where to. I heard whispering throughout the back of that one. I wouldn't even know which spot to pinpoint to replay it.
There's something there right when you pointed.
Yes.
You heard it.
Yeah. That's the part that I'm looking at here. Let me go back to it there. Sorry, I got locked up for a minute.
I don't even know where to. I heard whispering throughout the back of that
Right
one.
there.
I wouldn't even know which spot to pinpoint to replay it.
That sounds like that.
It sounds
same,
like a bathtub gurgling, like a drain.
Yeah, it's that same ventilator type sound that I said earlier. That you said it may be someone breathing in. It could be.
I don't even know where to. I heard whispering throughout the back of that one. I wouldn't even know which spot.
I have no idea. I have no theory on what that could be.
No, it's not
It
you.
wasn't- it was not you,
It's not you.
'cause
It's
I
just,
looked.
I heard something.
It's the same guy.
That's the same. Remember when we said maybe
Yep.
John's back hurt or something?
Yep.
That's the same sound.
Yep.
It sounds like what I would imagine you sound like with a hurt back.
Yeah.
We heard that several weeks ago.
But remember this whole doppelganger thing that we talked about before. Well, I told this whole thing we got into. We got the laughing Chris, and Chris is like, "That sounds like me," but we know it's not him. We have the "ow" or whatever that thing was. It sounded like me, but it wasn't me.
This sounds exactly like it did that time. Remember when you were in here by yourself and you did something, you said, "Oh, that's me." And then a second later we heard this and we were like, "Well, if you tagged that, you would have definitely tagged that too." Let's go ahead and play it again though.
No, it's not
It
you.
wasn't- it was not you,
It's not you. It's
'cause I
just-
looked.
I heard something, and so it can't be me. It's over the top of me. If you listen, it goes over the top of me.
Here we go.
No, it's not
It
you.
wasn't- it was not you,
It's not you. It's
'cause I
just-
looked.
I heard something. and
No,
so-
it wouldn't be you.
It's just like a comical. It's like a cartoon, like you said earlier. It sounds like a cartoon old man.
It definitely does. I did skip one up here that says, because in the title it's titled "This May Be Chris," so I just skipped it.
Okay.
I wasn't sure what that one was. So, but God, yeah, there's so many here. Let's go ahead and go to the next one here. And I'm not saying it's not a human, but it's not you.
I have no idea. That's why it's in here.
You think it sounds like you? Okay,
Yeah.
that time I heard something. Let's go back to you.
I have no idea. That's why it's in here.
You think it sounds like you? Okay. Yeah, I heard something behind us that time. This is another one that happens behind us. Let's see what we got here.
You don't sound like a gargoyle.
Well, thank you.
Not usually.
I mean, that's listen.
Oh, did you hear anything in there?
Apparently, I did, but I can't now. I don't know what I don't know why I played that.
I meant now.
No. Oh, no.
Okay, let's try it again.
You don't sound like a gargoyle.
Well, thank you.
Not usually.
I mean, that's listen.
Okay.
Now, was it at the beginning?
That's what I was going to say. What is that at
play
the
it again.
beginning?
Play
It
it
sounds
again.
like
There's something-
someone on like a conference speaker. Let's see what we got.
You don't sound like a gargoyle.
Right there.
Oh.
See, because it was just you and I
Yeah.
and her here, so
Right.
that wouldn't have been.
Could that have been John bleeding through your microphone?
Well, let me see here. Let's try it again.
You don't sound like a gargoyle.
No.
It sounds like it says
No, it can't
I
be.
was.
It can't be me.
No, John's
It
talking.
sounds like it says I was.
John's in the middle of a sentence.
Right. It can't be me bleeding through though, because they would be synced up.
That's true. Let's do it one more time, because I thought that was too obvious to be what you were focusing on in this EVP, but I think that's it. Let's play it again.
You don't sound like a gargoyle.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like I was.
That sounds like someone says, I was, yeah.
It does say I
Yeah.
was. That's what that is. Yeah,
It
I'm a
must have-
genius. I caught that. I'm a
I
genius.
guess somebody was
it
claiming
even
the
has-
gargoyle
That's what I was
side.
going to say. Somebody sounds like a gargoyle.
And it has the reverberation of the room.
Yeah,
and
it's got the room reverb
I can't
on
remember
it.
what we were talking about at the time. We were saying something about the basement or something at the time, and I said, "You don't look like a gargoyle or
You
sound
don't
like a gargoyle."
breathe like a.
Well, I thought it was something was me, and you said no, that it wasn't.
I think we had heard something. I don't even remember, but let's
And I
go.
tried to say it was me, and you said no.
Let me go back to that spot. Let's go ahead and do that one more time.
You don't sound like a gargoyle. There.
Yeah. That's weird. That's weird. I would have never picked up on that because that just sounds like normal, but there was only you. There was only
And for
three of
some
us.
reason, I feel like it sounds like Tyler.
That's what I
It
would
kind
have.
of does
It
sound
sounds
like me.
like you.
That's
and
what
you
I would
weren't
have
here.
thought. Yeah, if we had all been here, we would have blown right past that. But it
I
was just-
was, or that was.
Play it again.
I don't think you
one
were
more
here.
time.
okay.
hear
Let's
it.
play it again.
You don't sound like a gargoyle.
It sounds like you.
I don't know. It does sound like Tyler to me.
It sounds like me or John.
You
And
were
it
talking.
does.
Because he was talking. It can't
Right.
be you because you weren't here. So.
Right.
I don't
See,
know.
but this is what I was talking about with this happens all the time here, where you have things that early on in the podcast when we were here, I was throwing stuff out because I thought that is us.
Yeah, once you get to know a place, though,
And then
you start to learn.
and then
it's-
you start to listen back, and I've heard things that sound just like everybody. And this happened one time when Ty was here. I was like, that sounds. It has to be Ty. I had to have missed that, but the way I put this podcast together is I go through and I clean up each individual mic on its own. And so when I get to Ty's mic and start cleaning it up, there's nothing there. And if it was Ty that had said that, it would have to be on there. So it's not Ty.
Yeah, but in regards to this particular piece, it couldn't have been him because
No, he wasn't not in the
45
building.
minutes away. So the only option there would have been me or you, and we were both talking at the
Right.
time. So I don't know. And it's weird because usually the EVPs don't have that reverb of the room, that echo. Because we're in a
Right.
castle. For heaven's sake, it's
Man, it sounded like somebody away from a microphone.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and hit this one real quick. This is off your mic, Melissa.
I thought the exact same thing. I was watching my rearview mirror the whole.
I heard. Okay.
Is that the one? From
That's the same
beginning?
one. Okay, so that's just that's another.
It's another.
Someone else's
Another
microphone.
Same
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
And if you want to play the maybe Chris, because we're kind of in a doppelganger kind of mode here anyway.
True. Let's go back up to that one and see.
Did you just hear that?
That was me. I said, "Oh yeah."
Okay, we got it right.
I just did hear that.
Is that not Tamara?
No, that was something.
It wasn't Tamara? Is
No.
she not out there?
No, it was a man. It was a guy.
Oh, okay. I did not hear that. Here's the one that says it may be me. Let's see what we got here.
Is that Ashley's house is just unbelievably active.
Okay, if that is me. If that,
What's with the?
That's not you.
if that is
I've
me.
never heard you say that, but I have to in full.
I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard that.
in full debunking things. I have to try to say if there's any possibility of that being anything.
I want to hear it again. Okay, let's go.
Is that Ashley's house is just unbelievably active.
Just don't.
This is some of the funniest things just collectively.
Play it again. Let's play it. All right, hit me with the Chris Sex Ghost again.
Hang on, let me get it pulled back up here. Here we go.
Is that Ashley's house is just unbelievably active.
That's the best noise we've ever caught.
I don't know.
That's the best noise we've ever caught. Hands down.
Strange.
I can see why you say it may be me.
I can tell you that if I'm picturing what that looks like, it is scary. But the sound is hilarious.
I don't
Can you do it
know.
one
Now
more time?
listen.
One more time.
You want to hear it again?
One more time.
Okay,
Yeah.
last time.
Let's do it again.
Is that Ashley's house is just unbelievably active.
I'm trying to think of you making that noise.
I spent a lot of years on the radio, and I try to watch my.
Right.
I try to watch.
You've never made that noise.
Well, not on purpose.
See, and I really tried. I thought, is there any way that could just be? And this is going to sound bad when I'm going to say this. Is there any way that could just be mouth noise? Just while he's
Yes, I know what
pondering
you
his
mean.
thoughts
Like,
and everything.
resituating in your chair.
Is he doing that? I've never heard him do that. I've listened to several years of podcasting. I've never heard that sound from him.
I never.
But I don't know.
I don't know. I'll just say I don't know.
I think that's a pretty funny EVP.
I don't know
though.
what my favorite is. It's either that one or one of the,
hay?
old men.
There's been a lot of good ones today.
Yeah, that's some good
I'm
stuff.
trying to look back and see if there's anything Ty missed at the beginning as far as anything.
I think Ty got in on the best
I
EVP
think
right
he
there. I think that was
probably
worth the
did.
drive just for that.
He heard the.
He heard the
He heard
hay.
the first. Okay, the hay,
Yeah,
and, then,
he heard
and then
that.
all the old man noises.
Got all the old man moans.
Yeah, I think the old man though is probably still my favorite. Let's go ahead and roll it one more time here before we end this one.
Just yeah,
We got another sex ghost.
yeah. It's
I can't not laugh at that. I want that as my alarm clock.
Lord,
I can picture what that.
I can too.
What that looks like.
Yes, I can too. But I'm picturing Herbert from Family Guy.
it looks like the old man on The Simpsons. The old man.
Yeah,
in
that's
there.
even better.
Yeah.
Homer's dad.
Yeah, Homer's dad's who it is. It's like Bert.
That's even closer than Herbert. Yeah, Herbert the pervert.
Really good impression.
That was
That
really
was
good.
pretty good. We'll have to remember he did that. Okay, are we? You want to go ahead and stop for this week?
Yeah, I think
okay.
this
Let's
is
go
good.
ahead.
This is
Well,
good.
that's a good spot to stop, and we can pick it up next week.
We'll be back soon with another episode of Midwest Ghost Hunters Dark Matter Podcast.